Today is day one of our 5,000-mile road trip across Mexico.
Good morning!
And we're heading into the wild deserts of Baja California.
Look at how big these cacti are. This doesn't even look real.
Because we are on a mission.
We're at a campsite about 2 hours from where you last saw us in Ensenada, right on top of a cliff.
This looks like something just straight out of a movie, doesn't it? You have the blue skies in the background, few clouds, and then the ocean over here.
Today we're heading south. We're going to be driving towards Guerrero, Negro, which has some truly epic wildlife.
Right now it is gray whale season here in Mexico. My entire Instagram feed is just full of all these beautiful shots of people going out on whale tours, getting these incredible up-close encounters with whales. So needless to say, we need to go experience this for ourselves. But right now we're in the north of Baja, so to get to Guerrero Negro, we will first have to cross a 450-mile stretch of wild desert. It's a part of Mexico that few travelers ever get to see, but it's one of the most unique natural landscapes in North America.
Hey fellas, how are you doing? Jose, hey! It's gonna take us about 2 days to drive down there because it's about a 10-hour drive, experiencing Baja California in our van and just getting to places where you normally don't go, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Bam!
How are you doing today?
This is the road we came down to get in here, but as you can see, it rained quite a bit yesterday. This is what my shoes look like just stepping out of the van. So yeah, I hope we can get out of our spot without any trouble, and we're gonna try to drive out through that side.
Uh-oh, we're slipping and sliding. I'm not sure if Vinny's gonna be able to handle this, but only one way, and that's forwards.
Our first stop of today, once we get out of, this, is to get some food.
Vinny, what happened to you, boy? You're in need of a shower. Dos tacos y dos pequeños. Sí. We got some birria tacos, which is stewed beef. It's been stewed for hours in typical Mexican spices. Very typical for this region of Mexico. And of course, it wouldn't be Mexico if we didn't have a bunch of toppings. Onion, bunch of cilantro, some way too spicy salsa. Meat is so soft and tender. The sauce is quite spicy though. And one of my favorite parts of this style of taco place is they also have a beef consommé, a really rich, thick broth of beef. Ooh. Quite salty. And a little bit of lime. Alright, so we crossed the border here into Mexico, drove all the way down the coast, and now we're here in the area of San Quintin. Today we're going to be driving south towards Guerrero Negro. This is where the whales are. And then the rest of the week we're going to head our way down, all the way down to Los Cabos. You see the weirdest things on the roads in Mexico. This guy is walking his pet Dixie toilets.
So this here, the Oxxo, these are all over Mexico.
It's basically like the Mexican version of a 7-Eleven.
Coffee, coffee, coffee. Where is the coffee?
We're on the Highway 1 now, which is basically the only highway in and out of Baja California. So, well, it's easy not to get lost. The road conditions are pretty okay. I mean, it's a little bit bumpy and like a little bit hilly sometimes, but all in all,
There are no stop signs, there's almost no towns. This is literally driving through the desert, the middle of nowhere.
yeah, after we passed through San Quintin, it was nothing. Like we saw maybe 15, 20 houses in like 2 or 3 hours time.
We're alone out here.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. Coming up on our first military checkpoint. These are quite common in Mexico and in Baja California. We're gonna just have to stop here and have the van inspected, I guess.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
So I'm just gonna get our passports out of the safe here. You never know if they ask for those. I have no idea. It's better to have them handy. So these military checkpoints, in case you don't know, they're here permanently or semi-permanently. They're on iOverlander, the app that we use to look for campsites and stuff. So we knew we would be passing them. But like, I'm the type of person who gets nervous whenever I see just a cop. Like if I see a cop walking around and heading in my general direction, I immediately start thinking like, am I doing something illegal? Even though 99.9% of the time I am not. But so coming across a military checkpoint in Mexico in the middle of the desert is like a little bit nerve-wracking, even though it's normal and they're here to keep us safe. Anyway, we'll see.
For your safety, this is a routine military checkpoint. Please stop. You will never get me, coppers. Just wait for a few seconds, but I don't see anyone.
There's someone over there. Yeah.
Hola, buenos días.
Hola, buenos días.
¿Cómo?
¿Hasta dónde van?
¿Hasta dónde?
Guerrero Negro?
Guerrero Negro, sí.
Sí.
Por las balenas.
¿Vacaciones?
Sí, sí, sí.
Sí.
Sí,
Ok. Cuidado.
sí, gracias.
Okay, gracias. Buen día.
Igualmente.
He looked at our van and he was like,
I'm not touching that dirty thing.
oh, that
Just
was
asked
easy.
us where we're going. He said, be careful.
This part of the mountains here, I've never seen this many cactuses, cacti, whatever the plural of cactus is. These entire mountains around us are just covered. It really adds to the feeling of being in Mexico.
I'm stopping over because I have to show you guys this. This is Vinny. Look at how big these cacti are. Look. Okay, okay. Don't fall. Don't fall. This is me, Naick for scale. Look. I'm gonna go up close. Oh, look how big this freaking thing is. This doesn't even look real.
I've always been taught that size doesn't matter.
Like I always tell you, Kim, it doesn't. Size does not matter. And when in doubt, this is 10 inches.
The only thing we're missing right now though,
The weather's not that great, especially since Baja isn't really used to getting a lot of rain, so there's a lot of mud and like not so great conditions on the road, but
it's getting closer to sunset, so we are going to find a park up for the night. We'll see you in the morning. So we ran out of coffee, and the store we went to last time only had instant coffee, Nescafe, so we're gonna give that a try. Instant coffee delivery.
I'm making some chuka because who doesn't love some eggs in the morning? And chuka is a really great way to eat eggs. But not traditional chuka, I'm just making it Mexican style. Got some onions, some weird looking Mexican chorizo. Gonna add in half a bell pepper, bit of butter. Alright.
It's kind of hard to show you the scale of this place and just how cool it is with just this lens and the zoom lens, but I think I know a better way.
I just walked off to the side a little bit here, and now I have a piece of cactus stuck in my shoe. Mind you, these are like thick leather shoes, so if you get this in your leg... Ah! Attack of the cactus! Hey, don't you come back! Then we're gonna add in a bunch of tomatoes, because that's actually what chachuca is. It's like a thick tomato-based sauce with eggs in it. I'm just gonna let this simmer and stew for a while. Look, chorizo is a little bit browned. This just smells wonderful.
So out here, there is no mobile signal. Since we didn't have any internet yesterday evening, we basically spent like the entire evening going through old pictures on our phones and on our laptops. And it's actually so funny how much our life has changed. Like, we've been together for 16 years almost, ever since we were 18, all the way going through university and then buying our apartment in Brussels together, working for 6 years and then saving up to do this trip, and at the end of it, like, quitting everything and then doing this. It's really weird and funny to look back at those pictures because it's such a different life. I mean, it was also a good life in a lot of ways. We had a lot more time with our friends and family. We had more money, but what we didn't really have is time to, in general, do what we want. And now just the fact this is like a Wednesday morning. Usually our Wednesdays were not spent like this. This is just, it's sometimes just crazy to think about. Lucky bastards.
Who gets to wake up on a Wednesday morning like this? I feel very rich. Even though we might not have a lot of money, I feel very rich. My lady?
Not too shabby for a meal in the desert.
Oh, that looks good.
It does. Oh, that is good. Mexican shakshuka is better than regular shakshuka. You heard it here first, folks. Gotta clean our house a little bit, because I think we're coming past another military checkpoint later, and I don't want to tell the Guardia Nacional, like, hello, this is all dirty laundry. Here's our trash. Here is lots of small pebbles and sand and stuff, so we're doing this for them. And also just to be a responsible adult.
The roads are a lot more narrow than in the US though. I mean,
Yeah, that's
I've gotten used to like US style roads, which are like super big, super wide. And here it's pretty narrow. There's like a big truck coming the other way and it's like really narrow. You have to balance it on the line on the side because there's no shoulder, so it's a drop off next to it usually. Alright, there's one coming, so move over. Yep. There's not much room in between my mirrors and the truck. Everything is just like a few inches every time, so
Way to go.
nerve-wracking. Hey fellas, how are you doing? Jose, hey! Do you know the road to Guerrero, Negro? Hey, you should get off the road. No? Come on guys, time to move. Better stop, this guy has a big gun.
Don't forget to smile.
No, buenas tardes. Sí? Okay.
Gracias.
Gracias. You said, go on.
Adelante, just
He
go.
looked at my beautiful smile and was like, this guy looks really reliable.
They're looking for like people smuggling drugs or I don't know, doing like shady stuff. I think it's so important to smile when you come past a checkpoint like that and to just be like, hi, I'm just a clueless
Hola,
guy."
buenos días, ¿cómo estás?
Sí,
Like this?
sí.
Alright, we made it to Guerrero, Negro, the city of the whales. Well, city, it's actually a small town. It's like a weird little town in the middle of nowhere almost, but it's looks a little bit funky. First, we've got something important to do. We made it to the water plant. I think we're supposed to be able to fill up here somewhere. Can you go ask the guy maybe?
How do I ask that? Hola, necesito agua.
Or a company?
But I'll come here.
Alright, they've got their own hose here, which is very handy. So now just waiting for them to open up the tap. It's pretty easy here, I mean, got a good service, just back it up and that's it.
This is going easier than I expected. Muy fácil, sí, mucho español.
That speed bump just killed the fairy lights that we had hanging overhead here in the back. This is one side, and this is the other side. I'm not gonna be able to fix this.
Mexican speed bumps make their first victim in our van.
Could be a little bit sweeter. I'm just not sure if that reaction is normal to sugar though.
It's pretty good. Nice and light, very refreshing. Wow, I just love Mexico. You can just rock up to a lot of different beaches and places and like there's nobody here. I just love this. And then you have the beautiful sunset here just behind me over the water. Good drinks. Did somebody say sandwich?
A grilled sandwich with some shakshuka leftovers and some bacon.
Oh, this looked good. It's even better than this morning.
Now there's chorizo and bacon, it makes sense.
Also, been practicing a little bit on the ukulele that I bought in the previous video. If you haven't seen it yet, this is my baby. I haven't named it yet. Names that start with a U. I've learned a few chords. There are
36 chords.
36 chords. I was gonna say a few dozen. I've learned 4 so far. This is the pressure. This is the stage fright.
Please stop, Kim. Wow.
Oh jeetje. Ulrik. Nah.
So I was midway through making some eggs when I realized that we're out of propane and our backup stove is out of propane as well. So Naick, what are we doing at 9 p.m? Something we've been postponing for 8 months to be precise.
We're hooking up our gas stove. We haven't been postponing it for 8 months, but 4 months probably. So this is a American, well actually Canadian propane bottle, and this is a European connection, and these don't fit. So we have this adapter that we ordered a few months ago, but we've never installed it. Let's find out today if
That's
it
what
works.
happens when you bring a European van and a European stovetop to North America.
Alright, so I'm going to try and hook up our gas to the stovetop again. Tightening this baby up.
Manly man, strong. Manly man, fixed stovetop. Finally. Hopefully.
Can you carefully open the gas? Test it first. See if there's no leaks. Did the old soap trick. Can't see any bubbles. No leaks. Ooh.
It's a tiny flame though. Only a little bit of fire so far, but that should be enough to bake my eggs. That don't look very good anymore though.
I think most likely it needs a little of time to warm up. Maybe there's some little bit of pockets of air still in there. I'm hopeful. Good morning. Well, not so good morning actually. It's 11 a.m. Haven't had any coffee yet. You know why?
We spent all morning trying to fix up this bad boy, but it's not giving any propane.
Like, I don't know what's happening, but we can't get the stove to work. I like dismantled everything, and when I open this up, there's propane coming out, but when I open this up, there's a tiny trickle coming out, so...
Fortunately, Mexico is cheap. 50 pesos, aka $2.50 for 2 large coffees.
It did take us about 30-40 minutes driving around this small town to find some coffee though. But yeah, that's a little bit sometimes the downside when you go to small places and a bit more off the beaten path like this.
Remember how I said in the beginning of the video that they have OXXO everywhere? Well, normally the places
Not
we've been
here.
to previously they do, but not in this part of Mexico they don't.
It hasn't even touched my lips and it's hot.
Yeah, I've already burned my lips and hasn't even touched it. Let's give it a minute.
Well, we're not gonna be able to probably get proper propane or get it fixed until we're in La Paz, which is like a major city, but that's about 800 kilometers, 500 miles, so that's gonna take us a few days. But we're probably going to meet up with Chris and Marianne from Thread the Globe in 3 days.
Hi guys, we are just about to go to Walmart in La Paz, so if you send us a picture of what you're looking for, we will try and find them for you. I'm sure we can find them somewhere.
Legends they are.
What a coincidence! Just gonna...
Now that it's cooled down, this Mexican coffee is actually not too shabby.
They hit the jackpot! Look how many there are at Walmart in La Paz.
Whoa. Gotta love them.
Oh, that's great.
Warm food is coming.
That's great. So Baja has some good fishing and I've been itching to do some fishing here. So we're heading out to a spot that's supposed to be pretty good to do some fishing and potentially we could spot some whales. It's not a whale,
That's
but
not a whale.
it's a really cool bird though. Look at
That's
that.
a heron. Hey, we have a visitor. Don't pee against our car. Aren't you a cutie pie?
Hey, what are you doing there?
Naick is in the toilet. It's so crazy that somewhere in this giant bay right behind us here are a bunch of gray whales just having gray whale babies, and you can just go up to see them. I think that's pretty cool. I kind of love this place. I know it's not much and that there isn't much here. I just love being able to drive Vinny out here. It's just so different, such a different side to Mexico when you have your own car and you can just go wherever you want.
I'm gonna try my luck, do some fishing. Maybe I can reel in a nice little whale, so pet it, let it free.
Let's not.
No? No?
Let's not.
No fishing whales today?
Just go.
Okay.
Good luck.
I think it's just so adorable how much Naick loves fishing. Ever since we got to Baja California, he's been like, can I go fish? And we get a little bit further south when the fishing gets really good. Can we go fishing, just the two of us, for like a full day? Because he hasn't fished in so long, and he's always so happy when he gets to do it, even when he doesn't catch anything, which is when I get bored.
Woohoo! Caught a big fish! I think it's spotted sand bass, cabria in Spanish. I think you need to grow a little bit more. Alright, buena suerte! I also caught myself a clam. I don't know how that happened, but it got hooked. Looked pretty aggressive.
There's this really funny looking bird right next to the van.
Excuse me, sir. Could we... Yeah, this is not for you. Please don't go into the van. Want a peanut butter banana sandwich?
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And Lord knows we can't make any hot food right now, so that's the best I can do without a stovetop.
Well, I'll be damned. Sir, could you please step away from the vehicle? He's off to inspect from underneath.
Next time you see us, we are going to be hopefully petting some whales, heading to one of the most beautiful beaches in all of Mexico, and seeing our friends Chris and Marianne, who have our propane tanks. Adios, amigos.